Hi and welcome to the Running Channel. I'm Anna and I'm joined today by Kate, and we're going to talk to you about how to run on a track. Now, if you're just starting out, the track might seem a little bit of an intimidating place because it's just for elite athletes and Olympians, right? Well, we're here to tell you that's not the case. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. I do a lot of my running on a track. Some people might call me an addict. I do runs on the track that normal people probably do on the road, but I'm hoping that I can convey some of my enthusiasm for running in 400-metre circles to you.
So let's talk a bit about some of the rules when it comes to running on a track. Now, if you've done road races before, you know a lot of it is common sense. So don't stop suddenly in front of people when you're going to water stations, or if you want to stop to take a walk, that kind of thing. And a lot of the stuff on track is the same as well. So Kate, can you just tell us a couple of the main points that you need to remember when running on a track?
Sure. So one of the first things to remember is that when you're overtaking somebody, overtake them on the outside or right-hand side, give them plenty of space. Another thing to remember is that if you're being overtaken, don't suddenly change direction. Don't veer one way or the other. They're expecting you to keep going on that line, so just hold it. You have the right to be there. The second thing to remember is that on a track you run anti-clockwise. If you see people running clockwise, it might be that they're doing a cool down or a warm-up. Sometimes if you spend a lot of time on the track, doing a lot of miles, you're putting a kind of uneven pressure on your body as you're always turning to one side a little bit. And doing a few laps in the other direction can kind of help unwind that.
Don't suddenly stop if you're coming to the end of a really hard session, because there could be someone behind you and they're likely to crash straight into you. So make sure you just check over your shoulder that there's no one there before stepping off the track.
Don't walk in lane 1. If you're on a recovery, which is obviously something we all need, then move to the outer lanes and don't get in the way of people who are doing their hard efforts.
Don't run in great big groups. A couple or two, maybe three together is one thing, but if you've got everyone all clumped together taking up all the track, then that's completely not okay. Try and spread out or run single file if you can.
If someone suddenly walks in front of you in lane 1, it's absolutely fine to yell track at them. Track! This is a completely acceptable part of running etiquette. What you shouldn't do is yell track at someone who just happens to be a bit slower than you and is in front of you in the lane.
So you're at the track, what next? Well, this is a great place that you can work on speed work. So you've got no obstacles, you've got no pedestrians in the way or roads to cross, so you really can focus on your form and hitting top speed in your workouts. Now, some workouts are better than others for different things that you're training for, so we're going to have a little look at what works for those different races. So Kate's going to start off.
So if, for example, you wanted to make your park run time faster, a really good classic session would be to do 10 times 400 metres. That's one lap of the track. In between each rep, you're looking at perhaps 90 seconds rest, where you either just stand and get your breath back, or you walk slowly, or if you're feeling particularly full of energy, you jog it.
If you've got a 10k race coming up, then you're going to probably want to try and make those reps a little bit longer. Try doing a kilometre rep, that's 2.5 laps around the track. And for example, if you've got a half marathon coming up, or maybe you might want to give mile repeats a try, so that's 4 times around the track.
Or maybe you want to work on your finishing speed, in which case you might want to do really short, fast reps, 200 metres, 100 metres even. Or you can mix all these together in one session and do something like a pyramid. That's where you do 200 metres, 400 metres, 600 metres, 800 metres, and then back down the other side of the pyramid, 600, 400, 200. You can adjust those distances, of course, but you're getting a mix of a workout in one session.
Whatever session you choose to do on the track, it's really important that you warm up first. You're probably going to run as fast as you'll ever run whilst doing a track session. So that's why it's really important to make sure that you get those muscles nice and warm before you get going.
That's right. What kind of warm-up you do slightly depends on what you've been doing that day. But if you've been sat all day at a desk, then 10 minutes or so of gentle jogging is probably a good idea. Another rule of thumb is that actually the shorter and sharper your effort, maybe the longer your warm-up should be. You've got to really get those muscles going before you try anything at top speed. Otherwise, it's a torn muscle waiting to happen.
You can check out our video on the Running Channel for how to warm up and cool down for some more tips as well.
Now, it can be a bit daunting thinking about, say, 12 400 metres ahead of you. So try and just take it one rep at a time. Just think about that rep that you're in. The other thing is really important in your track work is consistency. There is no point blasting out a ridiculously fast 400 and then dying and basically just giving up on the session. The main thing is to try and be consistent. So try and make each lap, each rep time the same or roughly the same as the previous ones.
And we've already touched upon warming up for track, but it's just as important that you remember to cool down afterwards. No matter how tempting it is to get to the end of your set and collapse in a heap, it's really important that you bring your heart rate down at a steady rate.
And the other thing to prepare for, if you've never been to the track before, is that you're probably going to hurt tomorrow. You might have some really epic DOMs going on. Completely normal, you're running on a new surface and you're probably really pushing the pace.
Don't let those sore legs put you off though. Hopefully this video's inspired you to want to get down to the track and try it out for yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the running channel, and we'll see you next time. Track!